then you probably know exactly what you should be doing, especially after divorce. You should forgive your ex. You should be there for your kids. You should move on. And pretty soon you're shooting all over yourself. It, you you should build a new life. You know all of that up here. Up here, it's but here's the problem. You can't make yourself do it. Ooh. And you've been beating yourself up thinking it's a willpower problem. If only I just make myself. Here's the problem. You got your mind motor that's just spinning along. Thoughts going crazy, crazy fast. But there's a gap. There's a gap between your head and your heart. And that gap, it's going to help you to know what to do. And in the next 20 minutes, 20 minutes, I'm here, kiddos. Yep, I'm going to show you what the gap is and what the Bible says about this. And you'd be like, say what? Yeah, 3,000 years ago, the Bible said something very, very good that connects the brain science of yesterday, the neural pathways. Man, neuroscience today is starting to say some stuff that's happening that was in the Bible, guys. God said this stuff. Look, this is 333, my birth time. I was born on a Wednesday, making me a grace child. I believe in grace. I believe in second chances. I believe in you. So let's go. Look, first, what are we going to cover? Oh, you're like, okay. First of all, the paralysis problem that we've got. We have a paralysis problem. We're stuck. We've got the gap. We've got our mind going crazy. But what I want you to know is that's normal. That's human. That's we think that there's something wrong, but God designed us this way. There's a reason that we're stuck. Oh man, this is Sunday, so you're going to get some sermon. I'm going to pull out at times. I'm going to pull out my Stetson, and I'm going to talk about a story, like when I got stuck after my wife left with the kids. I stood there staring at the twin bed mattress. It was a signal from my ex that she was done. No note, no warning. Took the kids and left. Ooh, wreckage. I was stuck for a long time after that. I did some monstrous things that you probably already know about. The punch in the wall, the verbal abuse of telling her she was, it's Sunday, I'm not going there. But you get the idea. And I'm pretty sure now I'm not the only one. And so if you're there, if you've got the mind motor just spinning 1,000 miles and you got some rage, and this morning's 3:33 a.m. live, wow, what I realized was, man, I'm not alone. And some of the tools that I'm learning now, I'm just learning these, guys. I thought I had it all figured out when I started. I started this hand GPS thing a few years ago and helped truckers. Okay, I use this as a coaching tool, but what I'm really finding out is that the inner big rig, much more powerful. Mind motor, heart transmission, and the rear end. I got stuck. My rear end wouldn't move because of the gap between the motor and the transmission, the gap between the mind and the heart. Oh, that's what we're talking about today. The mind is the logic. The mind is, we know what to do. We know we should forgive. We read the books. We go, you come on alive right now. You know what I'm going to talk about is going to be, you're going to feel good. You're going to feel inspired. You're going to get a little spark. We're going to talk about the ignition. We're going to talk about the batteries. We're going to talk about the system. We're going to talk about the engine, the mind motor. We're going to talk about that gap. And we're going to talk about a clutch. A clutch, not clutch like, no, a clutch like what closes the gap and connects the motor to the transmission so that when you have it in gear, you get to moving. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk mechanics? Yeah, a little bit. Are we going to talk God? Yeah. In fact, the scriptures. Oh, let's go there. Scriptures. Man, Psalms 23:7. As a man or woman, thinks in his heart or her heart, so is he or she. Now, wait a minute. Who in the hell thinks in their heart? Heart, like the organ heart. We don't think with that. Oh, but you stick with me. Oh, man. Now, look, we're going to dive deep on this. Here. We're going to dive deep because it's not about just the mind and the heart. The Hebrew is leb. That's the word leb. Leb is the place where it all happens together. It's the mind. It's the emotions. It's all of it together. It's the logic. It's all of it. The decision making, the willpower, all of it, leb. So when you think in your heart, it's all together. What? They're not separate? Here I am talking about a gap. Are you telling me that they're not separate? They're somewhat separate. The logic is there in our brain, and we do have in the same brain. We talk about the heart, but everything's happening inside the head, guys. There's things that are happening that we don't even realize. Emotions come to us. It's built in. God gave us these emotions, and we call them feelings. That's the part that we are aware of. We're not aware of when something happens and we get hit in the heart. That stuff, we don't realize what's going on. That happens because God gave us those things. I know, it's Sunday. I know we may not get a whole lot of people join. I see people pop on and go, oh man, we're talking God, we're talking scriptures. Oh, no, but as a man or woman thinks in his heart, so he becomes, or she. Wow. To me, that is a most powerful verse because what we're talking about is the leb is integrated mind and heart, like together. And then when you have them together, when you have them synchronized, when you close the gap between logic and the emotions, when you close the gap between the brain and the heart, magical things happen. God designed us this way. God didn't make no junk, okay? He didn't make any junk. What about this one? Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Ooh, leb, the Hebrew again. Trust in the Lord and lean not unto what? Your own understanding, because God's ways is not man's ways. And if we want to be able to understand, we've got to submit. Oh, there's a word. We've got to connect with God in ways that, wow, I'm just learning for me how to do that. You might think, man, this guy keeps coming on every day. He's relentless. I've not been this way before. This is a new found power from God to me, and then from me to you. And what I want you to know is you too can feel the grace of God in your life. Here's the idea here. Don't rely on your mind. Yeah, the mind knows what to do, and we get stuck because of it, because of the gap. Yeah. Here's the problem though. The Bible doesn't ever separate the mind and the heart. We did that as men. The Bible talks about the mind, the heart, the will, all those things together. When those things are in sync, we can become better. We become sons and daughters of God. Ooh, that's powerful. 20 years ago, if I had known this stuff back then, I might not have had the problems. I did it alone. I did it with my mind only. I didn't reach out to anyone. I did all of that 20 years ago by myself. With a divorce, standing in the divorce wreckage, oh man, it was tough. And now I'm coming on these lives helping you to do what I couldn't do back then alone. What I want you to know is you're not alone. And that message right there helps you to understand, look, I love the Lord. Now, I'm beginning to love the Lord with all my heart, soul, mind, and everything. That is what I'm working on. I'm not perfect. There's nobody here that's perfect. There's only one person that's ever lived on this earth that was perfect, Jesus. And so, look, the gap, the grinding of the gears. I've done all the mistakes back then. And if you're feeling like you're grinding right now, and I know, oh man, I know that feeling. I know about the grinding of the gears because you're trying so hard to get unstuck. You know the stuff that you need to do, but then when it comes down right down to it to getting it done, you don't. Oh, ouch. Yesterday, the neuroscience. There's proof in the science. Get this, Heart Math Institute. This, oh man, I did not know this. I do some research. I love science. I love to deep dive, okay? Heart Math Institute has, they've come up with the idea that the heart, the organ, the heart, the pump that pumps the blood, has its own neurons like a brain. What? Our heart has neurons like a brain, and it connects to the brain, the vagus nerve. Oh, the heart sends signals to the brain. Not many of the brain signals get to the heart. Hey, Seth. Hey, we're diving deep. I hope you got your scuba gear on, Seth. We're diving deep into the scriptures, into neuroscience, and how they all come together to help divorced dads, to help you, Seth, to become better dad, better mom, a better kid, or even a better grandparent of divorce. And so that's where we are. When we, man, this Heart Math Institute, it opened my eyes. I didn't realize the heart itself, the organ, is kind of, hey, Seth is a kid. Man, I love that. I love that because are you a kid of divorce, Seth? Now that one right there, if you're a kid of divorce, are your parents married or are they separated or divorced? But look, the fact that your heart has neurons and it communicates with the mind. Oh, Seth, thank you for joining up and listening to me right now. This is for you, Seth, because we get the worst. The worst. I get it. Oh, the worst as far as the fighting and all the stuff that went on with the parents, and they don't even realize. See, we get so focused. I was so focused on my pain, I didn't realize how much. Yeah, divorced. Yeah, and I didn't. I like the worst part too, because it is worst part, because the fighting that goes on between parents, they sometimes don't realize that there are kids there that are affected. And so when you say you're a kid of divorce, man, my heart reaches out to you. And I hope it's something that I have to say today might help you, Seth. And the fact that you're on here and you stayed, man, you stayed for a little while. And so I'm not scaring you talking about God and the Bible and the fact that as a man thinks in his heart, he becomes. If you want to become a better son of divorce, ooh, and you know some of the things you should do, and that's what I'm talking about. Is we have all this knowledge up here in the brain, but how do we get it out here to the hands? How do we get it out there to the mouth? And it's through the heart. That, man, the Heart Math Institute, that research of the heart having some neurons and the connection between the actual heart organ and the brain, I did not know this because this opens up a whole new world for me. I didn't realize that the vagus nerve that connects the heart to the brain, the stuff that the heart knows before the brain does. The heart reacts to stuff. Somebody might say something to you, and ooh, it might be a bad. I've gotten, you're a male chauvinist pig, and I used to be hurt by that. Now I'm kind of like, yeah, that's a badge of honor. I do believe in God very much so, Seth. I believed in God as a kid. I had some problems going on in divorce. When the divorce happened, I walked away from God. I blamed God. And so I'm coming back now to my foundations of being a child and my raising. Thank you, Seth. You do as well, my brother. My heart goes to you, Seth. I appreciate you staying here on the live and having a conversation. As you notice, these are interactive, guys. These are live. And when I see the comments, I interact with the people that come. Penthouse, man, good to see you, my friend. How you doing? How's I know we've talked about some rage before, and man, oh, you're changing the question mark. Hey, it's great to see you, Penthouse. Man, we do need to connect. I'm telling you. How is this? I don't know how much you've heard, Penthouse, but we're talking Bible, we're talking God, we're talking science, neuroscience. The Heart Math Institute tells us that the heart is kind of like a mini brain. It's got neurons in the heart, and it sends signals to the brain. This is, to me, is like boom. So when we get the negative emotions, it affects our heart first. We don't even know it. We don't even know it. And same with positive emotions. We get some positive signals that come from, and how does faith come, by the way? It comes by hearing. So when you hear a word that says, hey, Seth, man, I love you. Oh, Seth is saying hi to Penthouse. I don't know if they know each other, but man, look at that. We've got a convoy going on in the comments. Guys, when you talk about the good stuff, the emotions of what's happening inside the body that we don't realize going on. Yes, there's a difference between emotions in the body and our feelings. The feelings is we're aware of. We're aware of that we're sad. We start to put a word. The feelings means, hey, we're sad, we're glad, we're mad. Penthouse knows about the mad part. Seth knows. We all know about all of them. But how do you go from feeling bad to feeling glad? How do you do that? When you have the gap, and I'm talking about the dissonance. Is that a word? Dissonance? The disconnect between the mind and the heart. Those are when the bad stuff comes in and affects us in a huge way. We get stress. I get tension headaches, and I get muscles that cramp up. I know that I've been thinking about some stuff that's causing some problems in my body. Ooh, ouch. And I don't even realize what's going on at times until I start to be curious up here. What's going on with me? Why am I feeling like this? And so I want to bring another word in. It's a 5-letter word. It starts with F, ends with H. It's called faith. And if this is Sunday, I can talk God, I can talk faith. Faith is like, I'm going to call faith like the hydraulic fluid, the clutch fluid, the pressure that gets the clutch to moving. Because if we don't have faith, how are we ever going to have the works? Because when you have faith by itself, it's like staying in your head, you're dead. You can believe, but if you don't have any works to go with it, you're dead. That's what the scriptures say. Faith without works is dead. You've got to be able to move. Faith comes that says, let's connect the head to the heart. Let's get it connected, synchronized. And when you get those two working together, God's going to inspire us. God has inspired me with 3 words about almost 2 months ago. You're not alone. I felt those in my heart. I felt inspired by God. I finally hit the green button. I said, I accept the call, God. And so now from that time, I'm on these lives helping you guys to say, look, this is important. If you want to be able to not be stuck in neutral, because that's what it is. We're stuck in neutral, and when you've got a car or a big rig stuck, if it's not in gear, there's no faith, there's no works. There might be some faith. The engine might be idling. The mind might be idling, and with the thoughts, and we can hear some good stuff. But if you don't have the faith to engage the clutch so that the heart and the mind connect, that's when the power can really transfer. Because the mind, powerful, guys. And I'm going to tell you a little secret. I wouldn't want anybody to know this. But it's like the key. That's when you first hear something about an inner big rig, you're going to go, that's weird. But it's kind of good. What do you mean big rig? We have an inner big rig. Yeah, we've got my favorite, I think I just said it. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. That has become my most favorite Bible verse right now. It used to be John 3:16, but now this idea of the mind motor, the heart transmission, and our rear end, and how we get things connected. This is the power. This is the power right here. The power alone will not get you moving. You can be in neutral and slam on that accelerator all you want. Starting from a cold start, an engine, you need a key. And you're going to use some electrical from the battery. Same thing with an idea that I'm planting in your mind right now. I can't do the planting for you. You've got to take the idea and you're going to you're going to use a little electrical impulses up here, the conscious mind, up here in the front. It's called the prefrontal cortex. That's science yesterday. But you're going to hear the word. Faith comes by hearing. Oh, you're going to hear the word. You're going to hear things like, let's do this together. The convoy, a congregation. Oh, is that what today is? A congregation with Penthouse and Seth and yeah, I guess in a way, sure. Where two or more are gathered in my name. Oh, there's power in the convoy. There's power in doing things together that alone we cannot do. Oh, that I could have thought about that 20 years ago when I was trying to do all this shift. And I'm going to call it shift because in order to make that shift happen from the breakdown, yeah, I've got it right here on my sleeve, on the left sleeve. If we're going to make the shift from being broke down, being stuck, having that gap, to a breakthrough, yeah, that's on this sleeve, on the right sleeve. If we're going to make that shift, we've got to close the gap. We've got to have the faith. We've got to use that clutch fluid, that pressure, to close the gap so our mind motor connects to our heart. That's what God wants us to do. Oh, man. Sometimes we run out of that clutch fluid. We run low on faith like I did. Like when I started to blame. You want to make that happen? You want to make that clutch fluid drain out real quick? Start blaming, because that's what I did. And I left God. God didn't leave me. I blamed God for everything that happened to me back then. I blamed him for the loneliness. I asked him where he was, and he was nowhere to be found. Why? Because I chose to reject him. I did that. I became the destroyer. I chose that. Now I'm choosing a better path. I'm choosing to be a builder, not a destroyer. I choose to go from being broke down to breaking through. That's what this is all about. You got to check some gauges here, guys. Trust. We're talking about faith and trust. Faith, is it blind? No. Faith is a hope in things that you can't see. They're evidence of things that you cannot see. Evidence. There's evidence there. I know we can't see God, but I know he's there. I can't see my brain, but I'm thinking with it. That's evidence that I have a brain and that it works. There's evidence that I'm a child of God. Oh, if I'm a child of God, that means I have powers like he does to help choose life, to choose faith, choose to close the gap. That's what we're talking about. In that surrender of trusting in God. Oh. And then we got forgiveness. All the debris, all the guilt, all the sorrow. The forgiveness comes because I know that God gave his only begotten Son, John 3:16, that whoso believeth, belief, whosoever have faith in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Boom. I didn't know I had that verse memorized. Thank you, grandfather. My grandfather has a lot to do with me remembering some of these things. Forgiveness. It's about getting rid of the debris. We want to be able to forgive the ex. We want to be, Seth, you might want to be able to forgive your parents. How do we do that? It's a personal journey on the inside. It's by connecting the head to the heart. And that's where the power comes. Purpose. Ooh. The if the power is here in the head, and the passion and the faith and those things, the emotions are in the heart. The rear end is where the purpose is. The rear end is when we move with purpose. We get the wheels turning. It's where the rubber meets the road. It's where we go, man, if from the thoughts, I know what I should be doing, but how do I do it? You connect the power of the thought to the feelings of the heart, and automatically you start doing things that you never realized you could do. You start doing things like coming on alive and almost feel like you're stepping up on a soapbox, and you have a congregation that's gathered with Seth and others that are saying, man, this bald-headed dude, maybe he's got something here. I know God is leading me now. I did not know that before. Um, Seth, man, I love you, man. Luke 137. I'm sorry I didn't see your comments there. Luke 137. Oh, God, nothing is impossible. Very true. We want to get something done. God needs to be there. I got nothing done when I left God, and I was blaming everybody because that gap for me, the blame made that gap huge. And it took me a long time, a very long time, to finally close the gap and have some love back in my heart. That's, ooh. All right, guys, this three-part system, it's a drivetrain. It's the inner drivetrain. It's just like a big rig. The powerful mind motor is built for the long haul. Very powerful. The heart transmission. Oh, man. Passion right there. Closing the gap. The clutch, the faith, the belief to close the gap so that the power of the mind can go from the head to the heart to the hands. Powerful stuff. I want you to remember this. You're not broken. You're not. You might be bent a little. You're not broken. You're not weak. You're human. You are also a child of God. And God is sitting there waiting to help you. And if I'm the tool that God's using right now to speak some peace to your heart, thank you for joining my live. If you're feeling out of whack, if you're not feeling the peace, it's because you've got a gap. You've got a disconnect between what you're going on in your mind and what's going on in the heart. It's simple as that. If you think, okay, I said that wrong. If you feel, okay, this is going to hurt. If you feel worthless, like I did, when my wife suddenly left, I felt worthless. I felt even more worthless when I began to blame everyone else. I blamed me too. And I started calling myself the worst kind of names. There is not a single soul living that could call me anything worse than I used to do. I now have that. I have now cleared the debris from my heart. I have cleared the debris from my mind. And my mind and my heart are I'm beginning to close the gap. I'm beginning to pray more. I'm beginning to invite God into my life in ways I've never been able to do before. Why? Because I know what it's like to be without Him. I know what it felt like to be alone, and I don't want that for you. Look, here we go. I'm going to give you an invitation right now. I'm putting together what's called a power pathway. The power pathway goes on the inside. The power is right here. How do we connect that power to our hearts? And from our hearts to our hands? It's called the power pathway for a reason. I'm putting that program together, and I need your help to do it. Oh, you'll be like, what? Email me, mike@divorceddad.support. I'm looking for guys, gals, kids that want to help me build this program from the ground up. I have the framework. I built this for truckers back 6 years ago, and I called it Life Driving Secrets for Life. But now I'm going to build it for you, and I want your help. I'm not going to do it by myself. I need your help to build this Power Pathway program. We're going to get together. We're going to do this. It's what we're doing right now. We're helping you to see your inner big rig, to see the power that you have in your mind, the passion that you can have in your heart. And when you synchronize them, when you close the gap, wow. When you have faith in God, all things are possible. That's what I'm doing, is putting together that Power Pathway program. That's your call to action right now. You can subscribe, but if you really want to connect with me on a personal level and help me build this Power Pathway program, Mike at divorceddad.support. It's the website, and I'm pretty sure that if you look in the bio, link is in the bio, I could say that, but look, I'm being personal with you right now. You can talk to me, email me, Mike at divorceddad.support, and let me know where we're going to connect. I've already got 2 or 3. I don't have room to do in the hundreds, but I can see a small group of, say, 12 to 15 that help me build this program. So if you're serious about making changes, from being broke down, from being stuck on the side of the highway, and you want help getting going again, this Power Pathway is for you. It's what I didn't have 20 years ago when I did it solo. I want you to have this program for you. Hey, our audio is in the house. Dude, how you doing, my man? How are you doing? Man, I don't know how much of that you heard. I remember you. Yes. I remember that we need to be getting together. I remember, yes. Now, I don't remember all the, oh man, I do lives every day, but I do remember you. Wow, man. You, my friend, you need to email me. I don't know if you heard my email. Mike at divorceddad.support. Email me. Let us connect personally. I'm building a Power Pathway program, and I'd love to have you in on the founding members of that. Give me an email. Hey and howdy. I'm assuming that okay is yes. Email me. My lines of communication are wide open. I do work, so there might be a delay in me getting back to you. But I'm looking for 10 to 12 of you guys that are serious about going from being broke down to breaking through. Does not matter if you're a dad of divorce, a mom of divorce, a kid of divorce, maybe even a grandparent of divorce. Ooh, it doesn't matter. This program, this Power Pathway, is for you if you're stuck and want to get moving along the highway again. Email me, looking for 10 to 12 to build this program together. You've already got the backbone. The backbone of it is the mind motor, the heart transmission, and the rear end, and being able to close the gap. There's so much more to this Power Pathway program. All the different components of the big rig that we haven't even talked about. It's sitting there waiting. And we're going to do it live. And you guys, the ones that raise their hand and say, count me in, I'm not charging anything, guys. This is free. And it's free, guys. Free for you to jump on. Now, it's not always going to be free. Of course, I know. For you guys, it's tough, okay? I know that. But I also know if you don't have skin in the game, you're not going to be closing the gap. So that's your fair warning. You always want to get in on the ground floor, the best place to get in on something. This movement is going global. I'm looking for those that are serious, that want to make the changes. In fact, if you're some kind of coach, oh, even better. I'm looking for coaches to help with this program. In order for coaches to do that, they first got to go through my Power Pathway program. And I've got the coaching level stuff there too. Oh, bam, right there. All right, guys, just check in with me. I'm got the email set up to where you can email me. I will answer those. I love you guys. I'm here at the house. I got to I usually go about an hour, 35 minutes. Man, I was planning on about 20 minutes. It's almost double what the time. When you're having fun and you don't pay attention to what's going on, man, that's been fun. I appreciate you guys that rolled in. Seth, man, a kid of divorce, believes in God. I believe in God. Penthouse in the house. Man, good to see you. And then, oh, you are audio, man. You guys fuel me up. You give me some passion. You fill my passion tank. My clutch, the hydraulic fluid for the clutch is full now. My gap is closed. Ooh. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. I know tomorrow is Monday. Tomorrow morning, 3:33 a.m. Yep, I will be here going live. It's going to be Monday Madness. I don't know it. It's madness. During the week, on a Saturday, it's science. On Sunday, it's the soul science. On Monday through Friday, it's about crisis. It's about the things that we think about. So during the week, it's all different things about custody battles and, finances, all the madness and the storms and how to implement the stuff we learn on the weekend. So that gives you an idea what we're going to do. Monday Madness, oh man, I know what I want to talk about. I don't know. It all depends on what I'm inspired. I haven't got to that point. I'm always open for God to inspire me, and that's the fire that happens. And I've learned, I'll leave you with this secret. If you want the fire to continue, because we get inspired, we hear things, we feel things. You've got about 3 seconds. Three, count them, 1, 2, 3. Either get to a place where you can write them down. I use voice memos like crazy. Oh man, it's my way. It's my journal. Okay, and those voice memos can be transcribed into a journal. That's my way now of using technology to write. I still write notes, not all the time, but here's the secret. If you get an inspiration, it's going to be a little spark. It's going to be like the electrical spark from the battery when you turn the key. Oh, you want to be able to close the gap on it? Do something about it right then, right away. Get the inspiration. I've done this with lives. I get a spark and I'm inspired by God that says, go live right now. But it's not 3:33. I don't care. Go live right now. And I've done that. I've done some impromptu lives, and I have them be successful because I followed the inspiration that God gives. Do the same. Don't wait. You got about 3 seconds. You got about 3 seconds when that first little fire of desire sparks so that you can have it keep burning in your heart. That's what God wants us to do. Love you guys. May God bless you in your breakdown so that you can have breakthroughs. That's my prayer for you. Love you guys. God bless you. See you tomorrow.